Hi everybody, this is Tony with this week's Tony's Tips, and I just wanted to share with you a true story of a gal that had lost 80 pounds, and she had been perfect on program, no compromise, nothing went through her lips that wasn't on program. And she still had about 40 or 50 pounds to go, and they were at a restaurant in Oregon, on the Oregon coast, and when she placed her carefully placed order for her lean and green, they were at an oceanfront restaurant. She said, "Please don't bring me the clam chowder." And they brought her the clam chowder. And unfortunately, her long distance of perfection has come to a halt. She ate the clam chowder, thought she was just going to take a bite or two of it, ate the whole thing, and then was so disappointed in herself that she gained back not only the 80 pounds she had lost, but another 20 on top of that. True story, about 7, 8 years ago. I know this gal personally, and I just want to ask you, how did you do yesterday, Memorial Day, over the weekend, with your eating? And if it wasn't great, are you beating yourself up for it? And I want to tell you that it's not worth it. It's not worth it because, well, for every reason. There's just no good reason why it would be worth beating yourself up over. So, number one, I don't give you permission to beat yourself up. Number two, think about this gal and the anguish and the turmoil that she went through of disappointment in herself on eating that clam chowder and then completely going off of program, just falling apart basically afterwards. And it took her a number of years before she got back on track. And I actually haven't seen her in quite some time. I don't know if she's still coaching, but she has. She had definitely lost a bunch of that weight once she kind of came back around mentally and emotionally. But think about how badly we can sabotage ourselves mentally and emotionally when we beat ourselves up for making a mistake with having things not on program, or things, if you're not on program, eating things that are not in your best interest, or if you've gained 5 or 10 pounds, or whatever the number might be. So stop and think about, once again, that this is a lifelong journey. We will deal with this until the day we die. I'm a foodie, probably you're a foodie. Thankfully, we have lots of tools that we can learn along the way to manage well. We want to manage our weight, manage our health, so that we can go the distance, so that we can live long-term, healthier lives. But remember that it is about growth. And the personal growth side of things happens in our minds and in our hearts. And that's why I always say, do the hard work, which is the heart work. The heart work is what will last. It doesn't mean that you'll be perfect after doing the heart work. It's a long process. I saw Brenda this morning reading her Habits of Health, and I thought, wow, here she, almost 8 years to the day later, next week will be a year ago that we started, or not, excuse me, next week will be 8 years since we started a program, June 5th, 2009. And she was in that book all the time. You've seen me in the past videos where I've held up her book showing all the different highlights and notes in the margin and sticky notes that she's pasted in there. Just reminders, processing, working through the hard things, wanting to become a new and different person. And she has done so well at that. And yet at the same time, we go back and we revisit the things that helped us over those hurdles. So whatever you did over the weekend, I want you to remember this. It is in the past. And what are you doing today, and what are you going to do tomorrow? Right? It's a journey, and it's lifelong. So make your choices on what you're going to do now. Let the past be the past if it was not good, and just stay on your journey and move forward and press on. I would love to help you in any way that I can, and if you would reach out, I would be happy to call or reach. What am I trying to say? Be happy to return your call. I'd just love to chat. I'm available to chat. You let me know what works for you if you'd like to talk. Those of you that have checked in this week, great. Those of you that haven't, if you are checking in, just remember that having some accountability, having a coach, you do much better in the big picture than not having a coach. So I want to encourage you to keep in touch. You don't have to talk to me every week. I just want to be available to you to help you along the way. And I know that having that conversation will be better for you than not having the conversation. So I make myself available to you. Reach out. Let me know what works for you if you'd like to chat. Otherwise, just keep pressing on. Get into the Habits of Health, especially the workbook, the companion guide. It's a huge difference maker. So I think that's all I got for you this week. I hope you're well. And again, keep pressing on, folks. It's so worth it. And I understand it's not easy, but create new habits in your lives. and that's going to make it easier as you go forward. God bless. Bye-bye.